time, Hanoi is not only famous for the Old Quarter, but also known as a romantic city of colorful flowers vendors on the streets. Hanoi people get used to the images of the beautiful bunches of flowers on the bicycles crowding into the deep alleys of the streets. These simple and natural images have made the elegance of Hanoi. In every month and season, Hanoi are overwhelmed with the correlative flowers, namely lotus, daisy, Madonna lily. Hanoi has some popular flower villages such as Ngọc Hà, Nhật Tân, Tứ Liên. Nowadays, these old flower villages have been narrowed down. However, the beauty of Hanoi's flowers still remains. In our program today, we'll meet Miss ALISON HOOVER, an American girl who is currently working at Path organization in Vietnam. She will share her feelings towards the beauty of flowers and join the experience of discovering Hanoi's colorful flowers.
Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam on VTC10 Netviet. As mentioned in the first clip, Hanoi is also a city which is famous for numerous variety of flowers. And in our program today, we have a talk to Miss ALISON HOOVER, an American girl who is currently living and working in Vietnam, and she will share her interest and love towards Hanoi's flowers. Thank you, Miss ALISON HOOVER, for joining our program today. Well, first of all, we both know that our program's topic today is about flower. So do you think you are a flower lover?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Anybody that can appreciate nature and the beautiful things that come out of it would be a flower lover. I have been living in Hanoi for 2 years, and I have seen all of the cycle of the flower seasons over the past 2 years. I work in public health, and I live here in Tay Ho, so I'm very close to the beautiful flower market, not too far away.
Having several years of living in Hanoi, did you got a chance to travel and wander around the city to find out more about the city's flowers?
Yes, many times. We've gone through and to buy flowers for an occasion, or to go and have a late snack, or just to see and take pictures with visitors.
Among all of the variety of flowers in Hanoi, which one do you like the most?
I do really like the daisies. I think that they're big and bright and colorful, and they come out during one of my favorite times of year in the fall. And I think that they really make the city colorful.
Okay, so is there any kind of similar flower in Hanoi that you also find it in your country, America?
In my country, sometimes they like to change the colors on purpose, and so you get funny colors of daisies like bright green or bright blue or bright purple instead of more of the normal yellow, orange, and red that you get here in Hanoi. We have sunflowers in my country as well. So the big, usually around now, you see the ladies on bicycles with the big buckets of sunflowers, and we have those a lot in the summertime in my country, maybe growing along the side of the highway or in the grocery shops. We use roses as a gift for, if somebody has participated in a show or they have been in a concert or something. A very traditional gift is to give them a rose. I don't know if that's the same here, but when I was younger, I did a lot of theater or singing, and afterwards, people give you roses as a sign that you did well. So I think, we all sort of associate roses with performances. Yeah, there's a lot of flower delivery companies in the US now, and you can order flowers to be sent to someone's home, and they're these very elaborate bouquets. They're similar to sort of what you would have sent to Path when we had the event.
Okay, so do you know that in Hanoi we have a very interesting feature that each month we have our iconic flowers?
Oh, I didn't know.
So I think you are very excited about Hanoi's flowers. Right now, do you want to join our trip to discover more about all the varieties of Hanoi's flowers?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to learn more. I'm still studying Vietnamese, but I have not had the chance to go around and talk to very many people in English per se to learn about the flowers in Hanoi, no.
Oh great, let's go. And now we're coming to a short clip introducing about our trip around Hanoi to find out more about Hanoi's flowers.
Today we went to the Quảng Bá flower market, This is one of the biggest flower markets in Hanoi. The reason why we choose this market is the variety of flowers here. It could be a very suitable place for Alison to discover different kinds of flowers of Hanoi in the winter.
It's amazing, it's like art. You can have so many different colors in one little flower petal. Oh, I just went to July. The flowers there are beautiful. They're preparing for the big flower festival, I think.
Oh really? You got a cheap Lala?
I did.
After choosing the right bunch of flower, we decided to discover the next flower stalls. Quảng Bá Flower Market is also the place for local people and foreign tourists to enjoy the vibrant atmosphere and the splendid colorful flowers with fascinating smells. When the autumn passed and the winter came, Hanoi's flowers reached their most beautiful limit.
Market? So do you like the pink one?
The setup, the different sort of preparations and baskets there are amazing.
Yeah.
They're so detailed. They have so many small flowers.
Really? Do you have that in India?
No, and if you do, it's very expensive. Maybe you would have to order it online and they would send it to your house.
Oh,
You
okay.
couldn't get anything quite that nice in the supermarket.
Right. So it's very lucky for it because it's cheaper.
Having been living in Vietnam for more than 2 years, Alison hasn't got the opportunity to find out more about Hanoi flowers and their purposes. This is a chance for her to have more knowledge of Hanoi's flower. After wandering around the flower stalls and choosing the right flower, Alison was instructed to pack a bunch of flower properly. The steps of making a complete bunch of flowers were not hard at all. However, they need some of the technical handling to make a good-looking bunch of flowers.
It's a very pleasant experience and a great chance to walk around and learn more about this city that I've lived in for 2 years. And it was great to talk to some of the flower ladies and see all the hard work that they put into all of the flowers that they sell here every day and all the conversations they have with the passers-by.
This was such an interesting journey for Alison. Being immersed in a place of splendid colorful flowers brought this American girl a new experience during the time of living in Vietnam. Sometimes the simple and ordinary images left a very good impression and helped Alison become closer to Vietnamese people.
Okay, coming back to our talk today, what do you think about our trip of discovering Hanoi's flowers?
Very excited! It was fantastic. Thanks so much for taking me around. It was great to see and walk around and learn more about flowers of Vietnam and understand it more than just seeing all the beautiful flowers on the side of the road and all the bicycle ladies pedaling around with their big burdens of flowers. Yeah, I think it's iconic. I think it's one of the really traditional, beautiful images of Vietnam is, you know, an older lady with the cone hat pedaling around with these huge, beautiful blooming flowers on the back of her bike, just a mountain. I think, you know, in my country we just have a lot of cars on the road or maybe bicycles, but certainly never with, you know, a traveling forest of flowers on the back seat, and it's beautiful to see that driving around Hanoi.
Yeah. So is there any kind of flower which is chosen to be an iconic type of flowers in your state back in America?
Yeah, so in my country, every state, all 50 states have a state flower, and that is considered sort of the special flower in the state. It's usually protected, so you cannot pick it and you cannot sell it. It's just growing naturally in the wild. From my state, I'm from Colorado, and we have the columbine flower, which is this beautiful, very delicate purple and white flower that grows up first thing in the spring, and there's a big find if you pick it up off the ground. So if you're going out in nature, you can find a lot of them just on the ground or around, and they're used as the image on a lot of our flags and different materials and things to celebrate our state. Right. Each state has its own bird, its own flower, its own everything, different songs and flags as well.
Okay, right. So after our trip today, what do you think about the atmosphere of the flower markets in Hanoi? What are the similarities and differences between the flower markets in Hanoi and America?
It's vibrant, it's very alive. I think the ladies are all very busy. They have flowers, and the flowers won't last forever, so they have big cycles to do of picking and selling and trimming and making available, and they have so many different kind of flowers and so many different people coming through and trying to pack big bundles of flowers on motorbikes to take away. There's a lot to do and a lot to see, and it smells great. Lilies, I think especially here in Vietnam, if you go into an office and they have the lilies on the table, it's such a good smell to walk in, and just the big blooming lily. The flower market in America is very different. We don't have very many places where you can go just to buy flowers. You can go maybe to your normal supermarket and they would have a flower section, but it's very packaged and it's very different, and it's certainly much more expensive. And so it's a lot harder to buy flowers for yourself or for your friends or family, because you have to go maybe a bit far away, pick out a flower, and they'll wrap it up, and it's a bit more expensive. So I think here in Vietnam it's much more accessible and you can buy them more easily. There's a lot more options, a lot more colors. They change by the season. So I think the markets are very different. They're much better here.
So after joining our program today, what do you think about the beauty of Hanoi's flowers?
Yeah, I think it's really nice to learn more about the flowers that are here and the symbolism and the meaning that they have for the people of Hanoi. And I think I'll remember more when I see the ladies cycling around Hanoi past the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum or whatnot, and can say, you know, oh, that flower is from here, that flower is for that month. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to buying more flowers for my home as well. I can't wait for the cherry blossom trees to come out and fill the streets of Hanoi.
Thank you, Miss ALISON HOOVER, for joining our program today. And that is also the end of our program, Sharing Vietnam. In our program today, we have given you a lot of information regarding to our trip around Hanoi to find out and discover more about the variety of Hanoi's flowers. Hanoi is very famous for colorful flowers and has left good impressions on foreign export and tourists. For comments and feedbacks, please send it to sharingvietnam@netviet.net. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.